Hey guys, it's Chandler.
And this is Yann.
We're here with Utah Trikes talking about a new trike model we're going to carry. Here we have the CarbonTrike 2.0. It's a full carbon frame, one-piece carbon fiber frame. It's got this nice teardrop anti-rotation boom so that it doesn't rotate or move while you're riding. We got a double tram force gear setup here. The nice thing about this full frame, it's got this cool little compartment. You lift up the seat mesh and we got a little compartment with a hollow frame so you can put whatever you need in here if you need some nutrition or snacks while you're riding. And it also has a couple water bottle mounts, so you can add 2 water bottle mounts here. And there's also 2 back here on the back of the seat.
The other cool thing about it is the whole seat is adjustable with no tools. So you can adjust your length here. You got those 2 quick release that you can open pretty easily, and depending on your size, you can adjust the length of the back. Here, you got those 2 little knobs that will adjust the height of your neck rest, and 3 more actually here to adjust the angle. The cool thing is this whole neck rest is 3D printed. It looks really strong, and you can add your flag straight up right here. In the back, you got your 700 wheels, which is pretty cool, with an 11-speed cassette, an XT rear derailleur, and the gear cassette is 1142, which gives you plenty of gear to climb, And the front, you get a compact 5034. So this thing is really designed to go fast and be able to climb too. Yeah, the carbon frame is gonna give you more rigidity, and you're definitely gonna feel like you're in a racing car. And I'm pretty sure that here at Utah Trike, if we tweak a little bit with carbon wheels and things like that, we can probably drop the weight for you even more.
Yeah, super lightweight, super strong, perfect for racing.
Oh, and important too, you're gonna go fast, so you need to be able to stop this beast. So those brakes are actually hydraulic brakes. They're the Tektro Gemini SL, which gives you plenty of power and modulation to stop the trike.
Yeah, and with the hydraulic brakes, you don't have to worry about a cable stretching and having to tune that. Pretty much set up to race, finish it without any issues.
We're gonna do an unboxing and with more accessories to show you on a later video. It also come in 2 different colors. This one is the red one, so you can notice all the anodizing on the hub, red nipples, the red boom clamp, and also the red stripe. The other color will be a blue.
So here we got the box, we're gonna open it up.
Yep. All right, that's right.
So what do we got in here?
So on the top, and our papers, really important to keep. We got the warranty papers in there.
Yep. So inside of here we got
A lot of tape.
So we got our instruction manual.
Instruction manual.
And then we also have the warranty paper here.
Right. Got some boxes here.
Boxes. So we got some accessories here in the box. We'll go over that in a little later.
I got an empty box. On the top, we're gonna have our boom. Which is really nicely taped up. Here it is.
Got the tape.
Okay. Up. Here's our boom.
Packaged really well. Some more accessories.
Right. Here's the flag.
Here we got the seat back.
I'm trying to get to the seat mesh. You can give you a little cut. Perfect. Here we go, the seat mesh. We're gonna get
Got the frame.
The frame here.
And the rear wheel. Okay.
Alright. Grab this with the drivetrain is facing. Alright.
So you can see it's pretty well assembled out of the box. They laser align it. The front brakes and wheels are all on. So really all you gotta do is put the front boom in, set up your front shifting cable, mount the seat mesh, and the rear wheel. So let's get started with that.
All right. You want to get on the rear wheel? I get on the rear wheel?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Forward that.
So one really cool thing, we got this little cubby here under the seat. Inside of there is a little tool bag. And it comes with everything you need to assemble it. Comes with a little air pump, so you can pump up your tires, and a multi-tool that has all the tools you'll need. So you got your screwdrivers, your Allen keys. You also have a chain breaker, which is really nice. So everything you need to set this up right out of the box comes in this little pack.
Our rear wheel is a quick release. We talked about the 11-speed cassette earlier. So it's a nice little alloy rim with a Schwalbe on one tire. Those are pretty famous in the racing world. Most of the racing trike I work with have those tires. They're really nice. Another cool thing that you cannot really see is our rim, our wheel is actually a 24 spoke, and they did on the drive side, they did a double cross with 16 spoke, all right, to keep it nice and rigid. The other side is a one lace pattern with only 8 spoke, which give it a really cool look and keep the wheel nice and rigid. Up. Thank you, Chandler. So on the back of the quick release, there's an inscription saying tied hard. So we do have aluminum dropout here to protect. It's a carbon dropout, but we have a layer of alloy to help not damage the carbon as we tighten the rim. Here we go, nice and tight. Right, let's get this rear derailleur mounted while we're at it. Thank you. So of course, be really careful when you use the blade around the carbon. You don't want to scratch it or damage it. So here is our XT rear derailleur. Pretty cool. Why did they use a mountain bike derailleur? Well, first, so we can accommodate the 42 tooth to climb, but also the specific model for those who are familiar is the 8000. You got the clutch on it. So the principle of the clutch, you see here, it's moving pretty easy. When the clutch is on, it's really hard. So on the Trike, the chain is way longer. So obviously it's gonna help the chain from slapping too much. And let's use this cool little tool they gave us. So make sure when you install your derailleur to have the little tab from the hanger to be behind, so your derailleur is properly positioned.
All right. Next thing we can install is the front boom. So here on the front boom, they installed a little 3D printed cap that keeps the shape of the boom during shipping so there's no damage, so that your front boom will just slide right in. Move that. And you got the boom.
And the boom is there. You mind holding that? They definitely made sure that nothing will get scratched.
Yeah, they package it really well.
Here we go.
Yeah. And they made it pretty handy. It's got this little plastic tube that's ran in the boom. So you can just stick the cable end right into this plastic tube, and that helps guide the front shifter cable through the boom. Makes it really, really easy.
Right, you got it.
There we go. As you slide it in, pull this little tube. And we got the cable right there. And then it's got a little cable stop there on the boom that you put the noodle in. And from there we can route the cable.
Make sure your shifter is down.
Yeah.
And so everything is supposed to be pre-adjusted. So you shouldn't have too much work to do.
That. We'll set our boom length.
Oh, and what are those, Chandler, on the boom?
Yeah, on the side of the boom here, it's hard to see, but it has little X seam estimations. So if you know your X seam, it says right here, 38, 39, 40 inches, etc. So whatever X seam you have, you can get it pretty close. And then when you sit in it, you can fine tune, make sure it fits perfect.
Which is pretty cool. That's the first time I see the actual X seam on the boom.
There we go, boom's on.
So because I'm a bike geek, I love my torque range. Just remember, this is carbon. So when you tie down your boom, there is actually a torque spec. So on those two colors, you should be between 7 and 8 Newton meter.
Yeah, you don't want to over tighten it because you can break the carbon fiber. Okay, what's
right.
next?
What do we want to put next, Chandler? Do we want to put the seat?
Yeah, let's put the seat back on.
All right. I'll let you maybe unscrew those quick release.
Yep.
When I'm trying to unpack this one. Yep. So as you can see, the whole neck rest is already mounted on the back of the seat. So we're gonna slide it in here.
On the frame, it's got 5 different mounting holes with the 2 quick releases. So you have all this adjustment for the seat. Go all the way back to the wheel or all the way forward. So if you're a shorter rider, you got to set up. They also include a couple options. There's a small, medium, and a large seat that you can put on here. We opted for the medium, so we're gonna get that installed. Quick and easy adjustment, just a quick release, so no tools needed to adjust the seat. Now we got the seat frame on, we can put the seat pad on.
All right. So here's our pod. So you can see we got a little Velcro in the back. So those pods are specifically designed for the CT2.0. So make sure you get the double one on the top here. And already mounted also on to the seat, we got little pad here on the side, little foamy pad to head with your hips.
Yep. And because it has that Velcro, it attaches to the flap in the seat. So you just lift the pad and it lifts the little cubby open for you.
All right, what else do we have to put now? Should we put the chains on?
Yep,
the chain on?
Chain is next.
All right, so let's put this chain. So for this model, they sent us a KMC 11-speed chain. This one is not an hollow pin. It also comes with a master link. So for those who really want to go all out and save even more weight, you can always go with an hollow pin chain. So let's run this. So under here, we got a power idler. So I'm gonna run that really quick through here. Right. All right, we're gonna go through a front derailleur, which there we go. Another thing I just noticed is we got this nice chain guard on this one, which is pretty cool to keep your pants clean if you're riding with a pants. But this type of model, you will probably be full on kit. All right. Thank you, Chandler. So one thing a little stressful is it's carbon, so I really don't want the chain to rub on anything as I'm installing it. There we go. There you go. So up here we got our return chain tube. Right. Let's lock it like this. Perfect. And everybody have his own way of doing the rear derailleur. I like to personally come from the top. So make sure your chain is straight. I like to bring it right like this, unlock the clutch, go on the first bracket. And really, I grab my derailleur. Drop it in there. Careful with this specific XT, there's a little tab, you want to be over the tab, otherwise it's going to make some noise and rub. Here we go. And so at this point, with the master link, we're gonna lock it. But remember that depending on your X-seam, you will have to adjust the chain. Boom, thank you, Chandler. So let's see here.
And they do supply a full length chain so that at the max boom length, the chain will be long enough. But if you have to bring it down in, you'll have to trim the chain to fit.
Right, make sure your derailleur is there. Okay.
I'm gonna bring the boom out to the max length just to make it simple. That way, if we want to size it later, we don't have to add chain. And it has right here on it, it says the minimum insertion, so that's the furthest out the boom can go, and that's at 48 inches. Okay, tight.
Okay. Might have to trick it. Okay, we got our chain here. There we go. Perfect. Oh yeah, definitely need some adjustments.
So out the box, they have it set up pretty well. Everything's ready to roll. There might be a little fine tuning, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that on the stand, make sure everything's tuned up and perfect working.
All right, so before we bring it to the stand, let's add all of the accessory.
So this model specifically is the touring model. The one we showed previously was the racing model. So this one has a couple more accessories. We've got a 3D printed chain guard here, a computer mount that's also 3D printed right here on the front of the boom. We've got dual accessory mounts here on the head tubes. The brakes have a little rubber protector. It also comes with dual mirrors. And we also have a carbon fender with the rear light, as well as a pannier rack. So let's go ahead and install that rear fender.
All right, let's remove this rear wheel first. All right, so our fender comes with two little bolts. Look like those will be 4 millimeter. Oh, here it is. Let's see, 4 millimeter should be right there. Okay, so there we go, right under behind the seat. We got those two mounts, so which is kind of tight space. There we go. That's one. Okay. So of course here I'm doing it with the tool, so I'm just gonna make it tight. But if you want to use your torque wrench with a carbon, I recommend on those bolts probably 4 Newton meter, 5 at the max. All right, feels solid. Let's put back the wheel. Oh. Perfect. And you see that, Chandler? It looked like they even had it a little light integrated to the fender. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, little battery powered light.
Yep, let's see. Cool.
Perfect. Now we'll get the rack
Should
installed.
we mount the rack? Okay. So, look like, let's look at the instructions. It's the first time we're mounting this rack. So it looked like we're gonna have this part going forward and this little bar under. So, those are smaller. Those are 3mm Allen key. Cool thing is, all of the tool unit comes with it. We got a nice little rubber pad to sit between the frame and the rack itself to protect
That carbon.
Yep. Yeah, I guess I'm too excited to see it built to read.
No.
There we go. Way better when it's on the right side. Okay. And protect it with the chain. Okay.
Really simple.
If you know how to read English.
Yep.
And that's it.
Perfect. And you just click on your pannier bags, whatever kind of bags you have. It can hold up to 40 pounds total, so 20 pounds on each side.
All right. And now we got the flag, which is gonna come and slide right in there. And it's a nice and tall flag. There we go.
The touring spec has the bottle cages mounted on the seat already. So you got two, one on each side. And like we said before, 2 extra mounts on the back of the seat. So you can have a total of 4 water bottles on the seat.
All right. And another cool thing we just noticed is you got a little plug here that you can remove, and you can buy a gallon bladder that will slide into your seat and have basically some type of like a little straw coming out that you can clip here so you can drink straight from here if you don't want to carry your bottle there, or if you want even
Need
more
extra,
water.
extra
Exactly.
water for racing. That's really sweet. That's really cool.
Yep.
Now that we're all assembled, let's go ahead and gather all our tools up, put it back in our little bag.
There we go.
And like we mentioned before, you got this little flap here, so perfect spot to keep your toolkit. Every tool you need is in that bag, so you're ready to race. So from here, we're gonna take it over to our stand and do a final tune, make sure everything's ready to go. And then let's take these out for a spin. Now we got them all tuned up and ready to ride. Let's go see how much they weigh. 35 pounds. This is the touring model. So it weighs a little bit more because we have a little more accessories, but that's pretty dang light for a fully loaded trike. Oh, 33 pounds. I thought it was supposed to be 26 pounds.
Well, it's stripped down, right? Base level. At least you got accessories on them.
Oh, that's true. So we checked back on their website, and according to their website, 26 pounds or 29 pounds is a stripped down, bare bones base model. So we pulled the pedals off, the seat mesh, the mirror, the headrest, and the flag. So we're gonna weigh it again. So there we are, right at 30 pounds. So we also removed the toolkit. So right here, we're right at 29 pounds, fully stripped down to the bare bones. 29 pounds, that's pretty light. So we got the racing one, 33 pounds. It's got a couple more accessories, so that's pretty light still for a full carbon trike. Let's take him for a ride. Well, that was a fun ride. What do you think, Yann?
Well, I really enjoyed it. Definitely a fast trike, fast acceleration. It's really hard to see through the video, but it almost looks like there's a little turbo hiding under the seat.
Yeah, they're fast.
They're really fast, and the cornering is really impressive. I'm not gonna lie, I tried to see if I could put this wheel on two wheels, and it just won't go. It stays like it stick to the ground. So yeah, a lot of fun. I'm curious to see what people is gonna do with it, and if anybody is gonna go out there, break some record with it.
Yeah.
What about the seat, Chandler? Did you like the seat?
Me personally, I'm not really a racer, so it's a little uncomfortable for me. Like I said before, it's a strictly racing trike. But for what it is, racing, it's really awesome. It's fast. It's really lightweight. Yeah, I really like it. It's a really good trike. I think it'll sell really good.
Yeah, and I think it's worth mentioning that is not a trike that's going to be comfortable riding it in your everyday clothes or commute to work. This is a dedicated racing trike. Wear a kit, jersey, whatever you call it. And yeah, it's really going to be fast. So don't think about it as something you might just ride for fun around town. Yeah.
Yeah. So this will be released today as of this video. We have a bunch of specs on our website. So the dimensions, the weight capacity, the list of accessories you can buy, and all the replacement parts will be on our website. So we'll link that in the description below.
And don't forget to watch our videos and subscribe. And of course, relax, spin fast, and ride trikes.